Stupid atmospheric river.
We're stuck a little bit in neutral. We are still in Malibu. We have not really started our I-10 trip at all yet. Reason being, we're sticking with the weather at this point. We are staying in the warmest, driest places that we can. We're currently hiding out from an atmospheric river, one of two that are expected this week, and we were on the coast in this absolutely beautiful campsite, Thornhill Broom Campground. You slide open the side door and there's the ocean right in front of you. It was a great place to be, but we're avoiding the wind and we're a little more insulated here in Sycamore Canyon.
And I can't say I'm disappointed because we're basically in a canyon that has endless amounts of hiking trails and running trails and backpacking trails, and I couldn't be more excited to explore this little area, even for a couple days.
Absolutely. They also have showers here, which is awfully nice, and it's just insulated. The hills on either side, the sycamore grove that we were in, we didn't feel the wind at all last night, even though it was pretty aggressive.
Yep.
So we're happy to be here, happy to have some activities to do here, and happy to be insulated. And also happy to try some whiskey today. We told you last week that we would be checking out Traveler Whiskey. This is the Buffalo Trace Chris Stapleton collaboration. It is a blended whiskey. They call this blend number 40. 90 proof, always lost, nowhere bound. Okay?
Love it.
Sounds pretty good to me. There's a little map if you can see through the back side of it there.
It's kind of almost perfect for what we're doing because we have no real plans and we're just out here getting lost. Well, hopefully not getting lost, but...
Well, this is a surprise bottle for us too because we went to a liquor store that really had very few options and we saw this on the shelf and it was $41 and we thought Buffalo Trace product just sitting on the shelf, tons of it. There weren't a lot of other options. We thought this one's been getting some buzz. We don't know much about it other than it's a blended whiskey. It's not a bourbon. It's not a rye. So let's give it a go. We're going to taste it today. We're going to let you know our thoughts and we're going to let you know whether or not we would buy this one again.
So the nose strikes me a bit fruity.
Yep.
There's a light oak there, a smidge of vanilla. Pleasant.
There's a tiny bit of the Band-Aid thing there, a little antiseptic. That's kind of a surprise because outside of that, it's very pleasant, very fruity. Like you said, easygoing, sweet. It does coat the glass fairly nicely, especially for a 90 proof whiskey. Want to go in for a taste?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It follows through on the palate. Pretty much all the things that you mentioned. I'm not getting really any oak there. There's a light vanilla, a little bit of vanilla bean, a little bit of vanilla frosting. Not a ton else. There is a red fruit there, sort of nondescript. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon on this, which is kind of unique for a Buffalo Trace product. Usually that's something that I find more on a Wild Turkey product.
I agree.
But there's just a little hint of cinnamon there that kind of gives you a little numbing sensation. So I think that carries over into the finish. It's not a super long finish or anything on this. I mean, it's 90 proof. You're not really expecting that for a 90 proof whiskey, but it does have really nice flavor.
Yeah, I would say that it's palatable for sure. It's not doing anything to stand out. It's not I wouldn't say this is an exciting whiskey. It's something I could see putting over an ice cube and sipping all day on a hot day or something like that. I like it for what it is. And you said it, the finish is not extended on this at all. It's pretty short.
The flavors aren't exciting, like you said. There's a good fruit note. There's some oak. I really like the vanilla flavor in this. So would you buy this again for $41?
No.
No? Okay.
No, it's not that I don't care for it. It's not that I dislike it. It's that it's a little bit boring and it doesn't do much for my palate. I like, and I think you do too, a whiskey that's exciting, that takes us someplace. And if you're going to spend $40, you can get 2 bottles of Evan Williams 1783 for that.
You can also get regular Buffalo Trace for $26.
26, 28, 30, in that neighborhood if you
Yeah.
can find it. Some places it's a little harder to find. I don't know. I just think that there's too many good bottles in the $20 to $30 range to spend $41 on this. I don't know what the MSRP is on this. It might be considerably cheaper than that. We might just found, this was a California purchase, so it just might have been a little more expensive here. It's decent. It's definitely not something that I would ever crave or desire a bottle of again, so we're a one and done on this one for me. You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I will say that I like that it's called the Traveler Whiskey and the Bourbon Van is on the move. So for that, it gets extra bonus points. But I agree. There is a lot in that price point that's really solid. The flavors are more robust, better finishes. You named a few of them. It's just a hard price point. And agree on a hot summer day with maybe an ice cube? That'd be a fun afternoon.
And speaking of fun, here's a look at some of the activities that we've been doing in and around the campground. On our last video, we told you that we were going to talk a little bit about the races that were signed up to run in 2024. And what better time than when the biggest storm to hit California is hitting right behind us out the window here. We can't really do anything outside. We tried to go for a run just to the bathrooms over there and literally couldn't. The wind was so strong, it was blowing us back. We made it, but now we're back and we're in the van and we're staying in the van.
Yeah, and I just want to say that we are safe. We knew that the storm was coming. We're in this little cove away. We're actually really well protected from the wind. It's great. You can kind of look outside. It's pretty freaky, but it is raining, but we're all good.
Well, anyways, we can't run today, and so what we're going to do is tell you a little bit about what it is that we're signed up for and what we're really excited about for 2024. And why don't you go first, because you have huge news.
I do. I signed up for the Mackenzie River 50K. It is my first 50K. I've only done one marathon, a handful of half marathons, a handful of 10Ks, but I'm really excited about this. The reason that I chose it is one of my favorite trails ever. And every year we go camping in this location and we go for a hike, and every year I say, wouldn't it be great if we did the whole trail one day? And then a friend of mine said, they do have a 50K race, which is actually longer than the trail, but I said, sign me up, let's give it a shot. So that is what I'm training for.
So there you go. Julie is training for her very first ultra marathon. Any distance beyond a marathon is an ultra marathon. I have actually run several ultra marathons over the years, but it's been a couple of years. My spine is finally feeling up to the challenge, and so I'm training hard too. The one distance that has so far eluded me in my trail running is the 100-mile distance. I failed the last time I tried it.
Didn't fail.
I
68 miles.
Ended the race non-gracefully with an injury, and so 68 miles is my all-time limit to this point. So I am planning to run the Hennepin 100 in October in Illinois. That's what I'm training for, and I'm just base building right now, basically just following Julie around on the trails because your training is going so well. But that's what we're really doing out here with all this running. We're constantly showing running in our videos. You're probably like, why don't you guys just drink whiskey anymore? We're training hard. We love running. We love being outdoors. And this year we have an opportunity for both of us to go our longest distances ever. We both feel up to the challenge, and we're really, really excited about it. And so that's what we're up to.
And running trail corresponds really well with the Interstate 10 trail that we're about to undertake.
Yeah, absolutely. The highway takes us through some very, very cool scenic places. So right now, obviously, Malibu. We're talking about Palm Springs, Joshua Tree,
Tucson,
Phoenix, Tucson, New Mexico has some cool trails, I'm sure, even West Texas. So there's a lot of running and exploring and hiking and time on feet in our future, which is all good for endurance training.
And mark your calendars, my race is in June and Phil's is in October.
We will be road tripping for both of those and bringing you all of the details right here on the Bourbon Van. Now, while it's raining out there, we want to dream about these great hikes and trails that we've been on. So check this out. We went on a couple of runs together, and then Julie went off on her own, and you're going to check out the Julie Cam right now.
So I'm about 2 miles in. I'm trying to do about a 10-mile trail run today. I just wanted to stop and say, the Santa Monica Mountain Rec area is just gorgeous. When you think you've discovered all the trails, there's more offshoots in every direction. It's really quite incredible. You could spend a couple weeks here, and it's for everybody, all levels from easy to really difficult. Today I'm on an easier fire lane. It's just a little bit more straightforward. I can get my mileage in without doing too much elevation gain, so off to a good start. There's even bathrooms on the trail. Man, they have this set up so wonderfully for hikers, runners, mountain bikers, you name it. They're doing it right here. It's just wow. And we're pretty spoiled in Bend, so that's saying something. I'll get right around 10 miles probably. I've slowed a little bit on this way out because I've been recording Julie Cam. Just want to say, if you are a mountain biker or a gravel biker, holy smokes, you would just totally love this. Pages and Pores, I'm looking at you. This is a phenomenal trail, and it looks like it just keeps going and going. We've seen mountain bikers all weekend. So when we're at home, it doesn't matter how long we've been gone, 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days. We get something called belly times from Mavis. Let's see if she'll pull out all the tricks for us today. Oh, there it is. Yay! We knew we'd get it. Oh, thank you.
We hope you enjoyed that look at some of our exploits here in Malibu and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are. Hopefully drier.
Cheers.
Cheers. Whiskey's good in the rain.
Do you still like this Corbin Cash?
I do. Well, that does it from stormy Malibu. We'll be in a new location next week drinking Jim Beam's Claremont Steep. And if you want to see more of the Mackenzie River Trail, click here.